Now, Pete, you were very involved with the bushfires in Victoria. There's obvious implications and parallels for what's happening in Queensland at the moment with the flooding and then the cyclone. What should QSRs be thinking about now?
QSRs are uniquely positioned because the trauma that hits families has an indirect impact on kids. And there's a number of problems. One, kids have sort of got nothing to do, the parents are all stressed out. Going to a QSR is seen as a real treat. So some of the things that a QSR could do would be adopt a community, lend them a community bus because the cars are burnt or washed away or whatever, and drive the kids down once every couple of weeks. Put some vouchers out into the communities through the relief centres, etc. So people can say, we can go and have a treat, we can just get out of town, we can have a bit of fun. So the ability that a QSR's got, and they probably don't realise this, is that they can really make a positive impact and just give people that little glimmer of hope, that little glimmer of people out there care. So we think about it, your employees, they want to do something, they don't know what to do. You can marshal that. You can marshal that by adopting a community and helping. If we then sort of abstract it from a business point of view though, when you have a problem like Queensland, where we know a lot of food production is really done in the areas that have been smashed, what are we going to do about ingredients and food prices? Is there something we could actually proactively do with our suppliers to help them recover? Because until they recover, the prices that you'll be paying for your raw materials, etc., are going to keep going up. So, actively helping that industry, or even take that sort of notion of the greenfields, the blackfields model of saying, well, prior to this, we had a few issues there. Can we help those growers, those people in those areas actually improve or, have input into the way they're going to do their transport or their distribution? So it's both, it's a problem obviously for QSRs around supply. It's a problem around pricing. Are you going to put your pricing up to match the fact that your ingredients have gone up? But there's also some things about it. We step back and say, well, how can we make it better and help be part of the recovery? Because these communities really need it, and you'd be amazed about what you can do. But the other thing that I can advise you is, you've got to go in, you've got to make body contact. Too often with disasters, we're all sitting in our suburban homes in Sydney or Melbourne or whatever, and we look at it and say, I want to do something, but I don't know what to do. Find out who are the leaders within that community and go and talk to the communities direct. My own advice too, having been involved in a community, is going through the government is sort of okay, but if you can actually get direct to a community, you can really see the things that you can practically help with. So I'd really urge all the QSRs to say, one, this can be a great thing for it's not about trying to make money, it's about saying, what, we've got a position in society where, kids and families see us as a treat and something special. How can we help those kids and families most of their time of need? Even creating things like impact days, where you go to a community and say, what help do you need? You've got all these staff who are energetic, young, and who are very socially minded. How can we go in and help? What can we do? And I think from the point of view of the work I did in the bushfires, to me it was the most vocationally uplifting experience in my life, because it was all about what could I do for others, not what do I get out of it myself. And I'd say for you as an organisation, it'll just lift you. So get involved.
What are the top 3 things that QSRs can be doing now to help out in Queensland?
Okay, the lesson we learned from Greensburg, Kansas, which was a town that we partnered with, who'd been through a tornado in 2007, Bob Dixon, the mayor, came over and he said to us, whenever you run anything, put on food. So we took a lead from Greensburg and we run fortnightly community dinners. A QSR would be the perfect people who could help sponsor that. And whether it's just providing a bit of cash to provide supplies, or even in providing some of the food, or providing some staff to go out there and help it, you've got no idea how important it is, not just in the initial period, but to do this ongoing, because this process takes a long time. And it's something that's in your heartland, food, you know how to serve it, help communities come together around food. That would be the number one. Another way, and we got a lot of help from Andrew Forrest on this, was we got inundated at the start with container loads of clothes, which sort of looked like the op shop on steroids. The problem was there was no laundry. When everything had been washed away, your washing machine goes. So we've got all these sort of clothes and container loads, but nobody could wash. And Twiggy gave us a laundry. And that laundry became the absolute community hub, because people, all different groups, had their own washing days, and it became a focal point, a meeting place, and it was just such a vital piece of infrastructure. Third thing is to really find ways of asking communities, what do you need, and seeing how you can either mobilise your staff, mobilise your suppliers to go and say, we can solve that problem for you. It doesn't have to be massive stuff, but it's these little things where oftentimes you don't understand the nuances of it, and sort of the short-termism of just give at the start, and we've done. But if you can actually engage and do something over the long term, it really makes a difference, not only to the community, but to you.
Pete Williams, thanks for your time today with QSR Media.